5:40 now. We're in Burger Week, as we just saw. Man, those burgers look really good. It's like my mouth is salivating every time I see a good, tasty burger at 5:40 in the morning.
Exactly, yes. Definitely does get the taste buds going.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like I said, today, another day weather-wise that really you're just feeling like you're on top of the grill. And yes, we do typically have a little bit of a later start to fall here in central Georgia. But right on the first day of fall, ringing it in with 97 here in Macon, yeah, that just seems a little bit absurd. So it is another day where it does look to be a hot afternoon, but we steadily climb on down in the temperature department. Right now, a cooler start to the morning at 72 degrees. Still not as cool as we were some days last week, but all over the 70s right now across central Georgia. 73 in Wrightsville, 75 down in Cochran, 72 up here in Macon, and then a couple of 70s seem to be the low point in Roberta, Monticello, and up in Eatonton in Putnam County. So the air you can wear is present in a couple areas here in central Georgia, and throughout today, afternoon rain is going to be possible once again. Maybe a rumbler or two. I'm only thinking a couple of rumbles of thunder would be the only thing that you see, if that. But a high of 96 today. Take a look at that, 10 degrees above average. And unfortunately, that's not as bad as it gets. You can see that as heat indices. So with those dew points, upper 60s, maybe some low 70s. Expecting to feel like the upper 90s in many areas here in central Georgia. And just like yesterday, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple areas were feeling like the triple digits, unfortunately. So right now, the satellite picture is mostly clear. Got some clouds and maybe some showers further down on the very southern edge of Telfair County. And as we go throughout this afternoon, partly cloudy skies, maybe a blip or two. That's going to be very scattered in nature. So obviously you may see rain, but most areas are going to remain dry and can't rule out a low-end thunderstorm at that. Like I said, just a couple of rumbles of thunder. Now taking it to Tuesday morning, it's a clear start around that 70-degree mark once again, and then mostly clear as we go throughout tomorrow afternoon. Maybe a light shower or a sprinkle or two, but those high temperatures hopefully going to be a few degrees less, and that's going to set the stage for what looks to be a cooler Wednesday afternoon. Highs only into the mid-80s right now in light of better cloud cover, but then also starting to see a couple of thunderstorms, very isolated in nature, but we're continuing to monitor our frontal boundary further over to the northwest. If that is to make it into central Georgia, it looks to be sometime into the overnight hours on Wednesday, but the story still remains these scorching hot days above the 90-degree mark for at least today and tomorrow. Then we downtick as we do have better rain chances and cloud cover towards the end of the week. And now that is looking to be courtesy of this possible tropical system. Better chances of development over the next 2 days. It would become our next named storm, which is Helene on our Atlantic hurricane list. But this is as of 2 a.m. And now taking a look at where our long-range future view stands as of right now. So you can see making landfall maybe on the Big Bend area of Florida around 5 p.m. on Thursday, and then making its effects and presence known overnight here in central Georgia Friday at 1 a.m. you see right there. And then if this stands, then obviously we would clear on out after the passage of this system sometime around the 7 p.m. hour on Friday, and then that's setting the stage for a mostly clear weekend. But right now, still the amount of impacts, or the severity of the impacts rather I should say, are a bit up in the air right now because it depends on what side of that storm we would be on. So the forecast is still written in pencil towards the end of the week as we get into the weekend. Still look to have some cooler temperatures in the forecast, but right now 2 more hot days and then hopefully we can cool back down closer to average.